Hello, friend. Welcome to the collective. If it's your first time here, I'm happy to meet you. And if you're returning, I'm so excited to see you. So, if we are feeling like we're just feeling defeated, exhausted, tired of putting in effort, and feeling like we're just getting small returns, small yields, or like it's just not enough, that's what this reading's about. It's just one of those where we're just feeling frustrated and exhausted and like you just kind of keep asking yourself, like, what's the point? Like, why do I keep doing this? What's going to come of this? Which is not a great place to be. Recently there myself, so I get it. That's partly why we're doing this reading. So let's get into it. Unexpected blessings. Okay, so it's not often that when we are looking for the underlying reason of what's going on in our lives that we get, something like this. But I want to point out that with unexpected blessings, it's one of those things where maybe everything that's happening, the small return, the small yield, the small differences, it's because it's not supposed to be obvious until it happens. It's one of those things where, you're not supposed to know all the know-how, all the ins and outs. But when it shows up, it's going to be like, surprise, like, this is great, like, you're here, and it's excited for you. So that's interesting. Inner strength. All right, so this one's a bit obvious. You're building deeper roots. You know that you're in that winter season. You know that, you are doing the changes. And this is one of those reminder that the deeper you dig those roots, the more work that you do, the more that you just keep doing this, the whatever the changes that you're making are, whatever the thing that you're being persistent about, the easier you are able to stand up during the storm, during the whirlwind of life, during whatever comes at you. So it's one of those things that's a reminder where it's like, yeah, this is exhausting, it's tiring, I get it, 100%, but kind of look back and just see where you started to where you are now, and see how deep your roots have grown, how far they've dug, and just how much change has honestly happened within yourself from your beginning to now. Drama queen. So this is a reminder that maybe we're being a bit melodramatic. I'm gonna say melodramatic, and that's not drama queen, because in my own personal life, I've never really been a drama queen, but I've been melodramatic about my life circumstances plenty of time. And it's just one of those things where sometimes it's just easy to get caught up in the fear, the doubt, and the anxiety, which is kind of what the drama queen's about, because it's about, wanting everything to be perfect, about wanting to have that mask, about wanting to have things be, like everybody else. But A, you're different. And B, it's not about wearing a mask. It's not about perfection. It's not about anything than authentically being you. So let's stop paying attention or putting our effort in comparison and allow ourselves to just be. Counseling. The overwhelming amount of advice that you are receiving and not allowing yourself to actually go inward to receive. This card is just so overwhelming every time I see it. Like, those pages are just flying. This person is just getting so much advice, so much just wisdom, so much voices, so many people's opinions that it's overwhelming and it's confusing, and it's like, who do I believe? Who do I trust? Which way do I turn? You need to go inward, and you need to trust yourself. If the problem is that you don't have enough knowledge to make a decision, then look at the facts and do what you can to learn more about the facts. But if it's not that, if it's not an intellectual thing that you can learn something about, and this is about something that's personal and close to you and that has everything to do with you and about you being you, we need to go internal, and we need to start trusting our own intuition. Ooh, then we got shadow self. So shadow self is always that reminder that you are more than what you think you are. Because the shadow is the only part of you that always remembers who you are at the heart of yourself. That artist, that dancer, that singer, that baseball player, that, astronaut, whatever it is that you're trying to be, whatever it is that was in your heart when you were young is still there. And that shadow is always there to allow you to go back to being who you are. but it's about remembering and allowing yourself to let go of all the external voices and stop performing the play that you have been putting on for this whole time and start authentically being yourself. Now that I have shadow self and drama queen in like the same up top thing, the problem is you've been putting an act on for other people for so long that you don't even realize that you're acting anymore. You're just doing the right thing. You're doing what society wants you to. You're becoming that doctor, that lawyer, you're that CPA, that, attorney, you're, climbing the corporate ladder, you're a stockbroker, you're doing all those things, but you're not happy because we're not being our authentic self. You are letting everyone tell you you're a tabby cat when really you're a lion. So now I want to ask the tarot cards, what is it that brought us to this situation that robbed us from being our authentic self? What is it that we need to work through, talk about, for us to be able to let go of everyone else's opinions about ourselves and be open to this unexpected blessing that's coming our way? All right, sideways card. We got the Knight of Coins. So when a card is sideways, it's neither upright or reversed. That means that it's its full message. Both ends relate. So let's talk about the Knight of Coins. First, coins is not just about your finances, it's about your time and energy, because we spend time and we spend energy. When I have the Knight, Knights like to move, but this is the Knight of Earth energy. Therefore, this Knight likes to have everything done in its own time and place. This Knight is the only one who understands that you can't rush spring into summer, and that you can't rush summer into fall, and you can't rush fall into winter, and it continues on. And when this Knight is feeling like somebody's trying to rush it, it gets really aggravated and mad, because it's one of those things where things need to take their time. Things need to take their time, and things need to be allowed to have their own growth, have their own healing, have their own clearance. So this Knight here is saying that you were either, that is a glare. All right, whatever. Sorry, you're going to get the glare. You're either one of those things where it's like you were put in a place or a situation where, you weren't given your chance to have time. You weren't given your chance to have things, be the way that you wanted them to. You kind of rushed and followed along like everybody else. Or that, you are allowing yourself to feel like it has to be done immediately when your heart's like, no, let's go at this at a more reasonable pace. Then we have the Nine of Coins. So this is all about that inner independence. That was really hard to say. Inner independence, and about you having the confidence to believe that you have the ability to do and create whatever it is you want to do and create. You don't need help from outside sources. You don't need all this counseling. You have what you need to do and to create and to be. It's just a matter of you believing in yourself. The Nine of Coins here is that, look at me. I know how to create my own independence. I know how to be my own person. I know how to do things. It's about you just doing the things. Devil. Ooh, we got comfort zones. Do I have to? No, okay, there's nothing in this I have to hide. So this is one of those cards, and it's a reminder that, yeah, she looks like she's bound, but she can get herself up if she wanted to. She willingly allowed herself to be here. And your comfort zone isn't just, where you're comfortable. It's the exact opposite. Your comfort is the amount of discomfort that you're willing to tolerate. So an easy example of a comfort zone is your dishes. How many dishes do you allow to stack up into your sink before you actually do your dishes? That's your comfort zone. How much will you allow other people to control your life and tell you and dictate what it is that you have to do before you stick up for yourself? That's your comfort zone. And your comfort zone could be you being in a toxic relationship, or at a toxic job, or in a place where you're not happy, because at least there you know what to expect, and you know what's going to happen, and you know how to navigate it. And this being in its upright position means that you are probably in denial about your comfort zone right now. You're like, no, it's fine. I have everything under control and managed. But do you? Do you really have everything under control and managed? Or are you just suffering day to day to day, letting your ego tell you, hey, at least we know what's to expect. Hey, at least we know what to happen. And this is okay. Nine of Swords in its reverse position. So you're not happy. Like, this woman is sitting up, she's exhausted, she's thinking about, what should be or could be. She's letting her anxieties and all the worries and the stresses just get to her, and she's losing sleep. And when you lose sleep, that gives you fatigue. And depression and anxiety are right along with this card. When this card's reversed, you know that you want to get out of this. You just don't know how, because you're still so deep into letting everyone else's voices carry into your own head that it's a matter of shutting them all up and allowing yourself to hear your own. And your own might be repeating words of other people, but you need to give it time and attention in order to get silent. Then we have the Ace of Swords in its reverse position. So, perception shift. New way of seeing things. Aces in their upright or reverse position is always about new beginnings. That's not negotiable. But when the Ace of Swords is in its reverse position, a lot of times what happens is we cut to the truth, and it's something that we didn't want to believe about ourselves, or it's something that we've been in denial about. The Ace of Swords, when it's reversed, it will always bring clarity and understanding. It's just a matter of how you choose to feel and see that, that truth, that honesty. Is there something that you've been lying to yourself about, or putting yourself in denial, or just sticking your head in the sand and saying, this isn't my responsibility? Or is there something that you need to see that, you haven't been allowing yourself to look at? Like, is there a mile dust pile under the rug, or is there something that's, you're unaware of? Either way, this Ace of Swords does bring clarity. Now I want to ask the cards what it is that we need to do to help us realize what of our comfort zone is keeping us trapped there. What is that comfort zone? And to give us some advice on how to cut through the chatter and the external words that are keeping us, stuck or in place. And to help us see what it is that Ace of Swords is trying to show us. So that way we can be our true authentic self instead of just playing the same character over and over again. Alright, the first card that popped up. World Within Worlds. So this card is a reminder that there are multiple levels of you, that what's on the surface is just what's on the surface. There is so much more depth to you, so much more at play. There is so much more that you can choose to become or be. You just need to allow yourself to go into the possibilities, to expand, to feel yourself as something different, instead of just saying, you know what, nope, this is it, there's nothing more that I can do. So World Within Worlds is that reminder to allow your brain to explore, to imagine, to, dive in, to remember exactly who it is at the helm of this. You are the one driving this ship. There should be nobody else. Hope. So this is a reminder that what you're going to do is you're going to go on a journey, and that you are going to have to make decisions. And the only thing sometimes that's going to keep you moving forward is that goal that you have. A goal and hope are kind of synonymous in the sense of, if you want it enough, then you're going to go after it. And that's what true hope is. True hope is not desperation. True hope is not saying, I really hope I win the lottery so that way I can get out of debt. No. True hope is saying, you know what, I'm going to build, I'm going to create, I'm going to budget, I'm going to reach out for help, and I am going to do what I need to get me to a better place and a better space. You have to allow yourself to have realistic goals and use those to move you forward. And then we got Believe. So straight up right now, there we go. That's telling me that we're lacking that confidence. we're letting everyone else tell us what it is that we need to do, and we're not believing in ourselves, even though we have proof that we can do this, that we can succeed, that we can create, that we can do great things. There is so much strength inside of you. There is so much that you're doing for yourself, so much that you're creating. And yeah, there's going to be something that comes in and helps you along the way, and we're going to trust that that's there. But we also need to be really realistic about our situation. Are we just allowing ourselves to, keep living the way that we're living and saying that, you know what, everything's going to work out despite the fact that I'm not willing to get out of the situation that I'm in? Are we going to silence all the voices that are going on inside our head? Are we going to start being ourselves? Because that's when belief matters. You have to believe in yourself, believe that it's possible in order to get to that next stage. Now I want to ask the cards to help us just find answers, find where to start, and maybe allow us to know what it is that we need to do to make it easier for that unexpected blessing to come. Because the other thing is too, and not something I like to talk about with the unexpected blessing card, is sometimes the unexpected blessing comes from you walking through a dark space, comes from you finding yourself in the spot that you're not happy in, and working through the discomfort to find, oh snap, I did this thing and I connected with somebody because of it, and now I'm actually finding a solution that wasn't even viable for me until I started this process. So don't give up hope. What you want may be closer than what you think. 100%. You've been, like I said that with the digging deeper roots, you've been doing this for a while. Keep going for it. Keep trusting. Keep doing the thing because it's there. Yeah, there's a lot that we still need to work through, and I don't mean like a lot that we need to work through in the fact that this is going to take months to years. I feel like this is just one of those things where we really need that perception shift. We really need to believe, and we need to just focus on what we have control over and listen to ourselves. Don't allow your worry to waste your time. So that's 100% goes with that like 9 of the Swords card. You know it's a waste, so find a way to like drown it out or write it out or scream it out or something. Just if anxieties and worries are coming up in your brain, just find a way to get rid of them so that way you can focus on the solution, so you can focus on what it is that you need. Seek magic in life's mundane moments. This one's huge because when I feel like myself, when I'm starting to feel defeated and exhausted from, working on something new, or I'm not seeing the return that I'm wanting on something, I look for all the little things that I can notice. I look for how much easier this new thing that I'm doing is for me, and how much progress I can do, like how much time it takes up, like in a way of like how much less time it takes. So a lot of times when I'm trying to make changes, at first it will take me like, an hour to 2 hours to do something. And then from there, it'll take me an hour. And then from there, a half hour. And, over a course of 2 weeks, I started to do something that took me 2 hours to do. And now I can get it done in a half hour. That's huge, actually. So there's magic in that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see that, and I'm going to see that as a win, and I'm going to compound that into something that's going to help me continue to grow, help me, give me that hope, help me trust myself that I can do this, that I can believe in myself. Embrace the creativity within you. So I feel like this is the actual missing element that we've been looking for this whole time. And that is the fact that we just need to get out of our head and into our heart. And when you embrace the creativity within you, that is you going within your heart, and that is you just allowing yourself to be 100% authentically you. So embrace the creativity in you. Do what you need to. Draw, color, mold clay, garden, cook, crochet, whatever it is that you need to do. Dance. Find something that you do to express yourself in some type of creative way, and allow yourself to give into that moment. And if you don't have an outlet, or you're uncertain about the best way to allow yourself to be creative, hit us up in the comments below. We have a whole community of people here, and we're here to help each other. So we'll, answer your questions. I'll answer your question. If you want more information about, what it is that you need to do in order to shut out these voices to be your authentic self, or if you want a better timeline about that whole like inner strength thing, hit me up in the description below. There's a link for private readings. I do have some open dates still, so go ahead and find a time that works best for you and we can meet up. And this is all I have for you today. I just want to thank you so much for being part of the collective and sticking with me to the end. I know this was a tough reading today, and I get that it's hard, but I just want to remind you that you are truly never walking this path alone. You are part of this collective, and we support each other. I love you so much. I wish you the best, and I can't wait to see you again. Bye-bye.